happening? How y'all doing? How y'all living? It's your boy, King David. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm getting that memorized, y'all. Ah, they got him blocked out today. It's cold out, y'all. Look, y'all. Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. Shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to my overseas gang. And shout out to my unsubscribe gang. Listen, if you're unsubscribed, you should go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you need a little bit of time to do that, we'll take a little bit of time to do so. Go ahead and do it. Also, return to sender. Any energies that belong to me that are being pushed on me, pushed my way, or people I know and people I don't know, return to sender tenfold. All will be waiting. Do it. Subscribe, do it. Subscribe, do it. All right. That being said, let's get this party started. What are we talking about today, y'all? We're talking about today. I think I'm talking about misleading people and, you know what I'm saying, throwing people off, messing with their heads. Give you some more of this divine insight. If I can get the right page going on, child. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Oh, got a grease stain on there. All right. I appreciate all the likes and the likes, the comments, you know what I'm saying, and the shares. I'm gonna say the subscribes. You know what I'm saying? I'm barely getting anybody to subscribe now with me doing this transition, so it ain't about that. But listen, you guys are watching this new direction I'm going in, and I appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the support, even if it's the kind of support I'm also getting where some people are mad. You know what I'm saying? Big mad. It's okay though. I understand. You gotta express yourself the way you feel like you need to express yourself. But I wasn't really talking about anybody in particular. But let's talk about this, y'all. When you're doing what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? When you're making your moves, you know, when you start feeling that someone's projecting or people's are projecting on you, you need to be doing different things to mislead, misdirect, or if that's even a, you know what I'm saying, mislead, redirect people, misdirect, that's a word. Have them thinking all kind of stuff. They don't need to know, you know what I'm saying, exactly what you're thinking, any of your deep thoughts. What you're allowing people to see should only be a very small fraction of the person that you are and what you have planned. Your moves, man, listen, the moves I have going on, I can't even tell y'all about the stuff that I'm doing because I got ops. I got people that wish bad on me. And you know what I'm saying, I got people that just watch me too hard. So you know, if I'm disappearing for long periods of time, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not putting out content, I'm doing something. You know I'm not lazy. I'm just not telling you what I'm doing, right? And then I'll get on here and I'll talk about something completely, you know, just to make sure anyone that's like wondering why I'm not putting out content, I'll put up something like last night. I do all kind of stuff. I am government trained. What does that mean? Well, I'm trained to make sure I mislead you. I'm trained to make sure you never know what I'm thinking. I'm trained to make sure that my enemy never sees me coming. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you see me going online and talking my junk, it's getting cold out here. I might need to get in the truck. And I'm talking my junk. If I've been polite to you, it might not be towards you. But if it triggers you, then there might be something you need to work on. You know, again, I take nothing personal. Okay? I'm accumulating data. Okay? I'm talking, being talked to, how I'm being responded to, I take note, write it down. How I'm being reacted to, I take note, write it down. I'm seeing how this dating, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See how the dating field is. And I'm trying to find my ideal mate. And how am I gonna do that with 10-year-old or 11-year-old information? I'm not. So I have to get updated information. Well, how do I do that? Well, I have to put things out there, okay? This is what you do. It's how I do anyway. I don't know how anybody else does. You know, I don't I'm really analytical, okay? So I don't just do stuff, you know what I'm saying? I move with a purpose. Okay. I'm very analytical. So if I'm doing stuff, if I see that I'm being projected upon as some ideal mate for some women, I'm not talking about all, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't make everything about you. But, you know, certain women are coming at me certain kind of ways. If you never really come at me, then why are you worried about it? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about women that have come at me and they're putting me in this box where they're separating me as a heterosexual male and my narc advice. And they're coming at me like I'm some kind of shriveled up old man who can't get his stuff up and talking too much about what they do with their dudes. Like, no, I can't do that. I'm not fake like these other people are, because that's going to end up, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to run off those kind of people, right? So with me trying to run them off or letting them know, you know, if you know, I'm just throwing stuff out there, sometimes I'm really trying to misdirect people. I am. I'm really trying to throw people off. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Take it how you want to take it. I got ops out there. I got to move in silence. And some things are not going to make sense to you in the moment. It might offend people. It is what it is. I'm doing things for a reason. I am not, listen, what I'm not going to do is be somebody's wet dream, right? I got to get my notes. Left them out here in the thing on the bike. I'm not going to be somebody's wet dream. Like, if you find me attractive and you're here watching me because of that, well, then why can't I embrace what some of these people are here to watch? Women, mainly, is what I'm talking about. Why can't I embrace it? If they're here for that reason, there should be no reason why I can't embrace it. Now, for me, that like I don't know that, for some fake sense of being humble, that y'all don't know what the definition of humble is, man. Not the way that I interpret it. I don't interpret being humble any type of way like that. I interpret being humble, you know what I'm saying, more along the lines of, you know, you don't never get like cocky, like in a sense of you think you're better than somebody else. That is my sense of humble. You know, that's it. That's as far as my interpretation of humble is. You don't think you're better than somebody else. Meaning, you know, you can see a bum on the street and want to help that bum out if you have money or whatever, you know, or you're someone talking to you and they need help. You'll listen to them. You don't think you're better than anybody else. You know, you're, you know what I'm saying? Your shit stings like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like that. But as far as my character and the way that I carry myself, I'm regal. I know that I'm royal. So how else do you expect for me to carry myself to make you feel better about your insecurities? I'm not doing that. I'm setting the pace here, you know, and I'm starting to notice things on the internet, and I'm trying to find my soul tribe, you know, and I'm gonna find the ones that I don't offend because they're going to be able to relate. If I start offending people, well, that's part of the process. Get my notes. I got notes for this. You know what I'm saying? This is something needs to be said, because I'm supposed to be on TikTok right now, but something needs to be said. Oh, 9 minutes. I got a few minutes. All right. Listen, you should be trying to misdirect most of the time, right? And the ones that's going to vibe with you is going to understand, because listen, I'm just all about making sure people don't know what I'm doing or what I'm thinking. So I misdirect. I'll do it sometimes unintentionally, and sometimes I'll do it intentionally. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just keep your business really close. You know what I'm saying? You might put a little bit of what you know, listen, I'm putting a little bit of information out to you guys. It don't mean nothing. I can put the same information I'm putting out to you guys to any. I can take it. They are watching overseas. This is not like, I'm not giving you the deep, you know what I'm saying, thoughts and the real, like, how I'm searching for a woman and where my mind is really at. I can't do that. Why would I give somebody the roadmap to my mind? No, what you do is you put out information, some of it, And then you let them see, or at least I do, my quirky side, my goofy side. And that might manifest itself into something that might offend these people. But if they're the kind of woman that vibes on my level and my frequency, she's gonna know, oh, he's just being goofy, and you know what I mean, it ain't, you know what I mean. That's how it's gonna end up coming across. It's not gonna come across like, oh, he's over here doing too much. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm a vibe on the right. And see, what I gotta do is, your channel, at least how I feel, my channel is gonna be me. It's not gonna be what I think everybody wants me to be. It's gonna be me. I am healed. So every video can't be about narcissistic awareness and being mad about a narc. I'm not even mad. So, you know what I'm saying? Get with the vibe, or you're probably not part of my tribe. Let's keep it going. You know what I mean? I do a lot of stuff to confuse. Again, I got ops. I got to move different. So I do things to confuse, but I'm busy all day long. That's not part of it. I'll just say things to confuse. If whatever I'm saying offends you, then you're probably not moving with good intentions. And I'm just saying, like, in the sense of, why would anything I say offend you at all? I'm not doing nothing to anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just up here putting up videos. I never mention any names, and I don't innuendo enough for anybody to really think that I'm talking about them individually. I never innuendo like that. So I don't even know what that is. Like, that's whatever. You know what I mean? Let's keep it trucking. This is also something you guys need to do. You know what I mean? Misdirecting, but also playing stupid. And listen, I talked about this before, but I'm gonna put it in more layman's terms. Playing stupid is just acting as if you don't see people doing things to you, or doing things, or saying things, or innuendoing, or shading you, or slighting you. That's all that it is, right? That's playing stupid. So when you do this, you gain the upper hand because they think, oh, he's naive or whatever. He don't even catch what well, I catch everything. I just continue to like heart, and I don't change. See, you change your pattern, but see, I'm government trained. I don't change my pattern just because I see something that was an attempt for an emotional reaction. I'm literally trained. So these people are trying to play with, you know, psychology and stuff, and play all these different mind games on somebody that's actually trained to not be broken with mind games, and to be triggered when someone is trying to play mind game. Whatever, let's keep it moving. When you're playing stupid and they say whatever they say to you, you don't care what they say anyway. So if you do care, then you'll react the wrong kind of way. What you do is you take notes. You just take mental notes, like, okay, I got you. And you keep it trucking onto your mission. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? It's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying? Playing stupid, like I said, is just acting and coming off, you know, ignorant. You know what I mean? Ignorant to whatever they're doing. Ignorant to whatever they're possibly saying behind your back. Ignorant to the shade that they're saying. Because honestly, you're doing a couple different things. You know, you don't care. That's one. And two, you don't want to let them know, because then they'll feel like they have power over you. And they don't. So why even, you know what I mean? Let's keep it trucking. Let's keep it trucking. You know what I mean? Yeah, in modern day times, you know what I'm saying? Narcissistic people with tendencies, and just haters, and just people of ill intent, you know, if you're honest, they think that you're ignorant and you're dumb and you're stupid, and that's their problem, not yours. Okay, let them keep thinking that. Again, playing stupid. Keep your deep thoughts to yourself. Only tell people what you want them to hear. Only tell people what you want them to hear. I cannot stress this enough. Hope it gets disseminated across the internet properly. Only tell people what you want them to hear, okay? You should not be telling them anything more. And if they're asking for more, or if they're insinuating more, or if they're digging in a little bit deeper than that, then you already know. Take a mental note. You ain't gotta say nothing out loud. You just take a mental note. We're moving in silence, remember? Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? You keep your deep thoughts to yourself, and then whatever little bit you put out, if people start making assumptions and judging you based off the little you put out, then you know that their intent is not right, and they don't need to be in your life. Period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't need to know anything more than that. I mean, you can use that and run with it. The little bit you put out, because you're not going to put out all your business. If someone is judging you off of that and then telling you about yourself or telling you how they feel about whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? So what we're doing here, and what I'm teaching you guys, I'm not talking about anybody. I got to make sure I say this. Man, I need to put a disclaimer out. I'm not talking about anybody individually here. I got to start putting that out, because I believe some people think, look, you'll know when I'm talking about somebody individually. I'm not. I'm putting out information, and then I'll put out something that pertains to me, which I've thought heavy on, and it can come off. And that's another way of misleading somebody. I make a video like, last night, and I'm just like, or yesterday evening, and I'm being myself, and I'm like, hey ladies, I'm really just, trying to let you know who I am, and I'm sexually active. I'm not trying to be a saint. So whatever, image you have in your head that you have fantasies about, all I'm saying is, you know what I mean, I'm aware, and I'm embracing my sexuality, which is part of me. I'm obviously, it's part of everything I do, whether I'm trying to tone it down or not. I'm just saying, I'm just going to embrace who I am. I'm not going to tone it down anymore, and you know what I mean? And I'm not going to limit myself to people, women, biological women, that are identifying as single. Okay, so you identify as single. Some people identify as a tree, and some people identify as married. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is this. Let me have the discernment to see what's going on in the situation, because, listen, what I'm finding out is single don't mean single like it used to 11 years ago or 12 years ago. Single just means no titles. They're with somebody and peoples. It's very dangerous out here. So when you got somebody hollering about they're single, yeah, well, they're probably getting some from somebody, and then they're going to be hollering about they're celibate. Well, you got to see how they're moving. You know what I'm saying? They could be celibate for a couple of different reasons. If they don't seem like they give a damn at all whatsoever, well, they're probably celibate, and they got a few options. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? If they're talking about they're celibate but seem hypersexual, then maybe they're hooking up with their baby daddy or somebody, an ex, and not thinking that it's really considered. I don't know. I can't make logic of these weird. I'm just making assessments. I'm just trying to figure out the dating game and how people are right now, women, and I'm just saying stuff and doing stuff to kind of figure that out, collect my data, and try to match up with my right woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just like collecting data and seeing what I don't like, what I do like, what I'll deal with, what I won't, and just trying to, get an idea of what my, ideal kind of mate would be right now in these modern times. I gotta be a quick study on this. So I'm just putting this information out, this divine, you know what I'm saying, insight, this divine, perspective, because it's me, you know what I'm saying, but I'm also misleading. So I'll have some people think, oh, well, he's probably just out there. Well, why would you think that? Based off of what? Off of a video where I said I'm sexually active, women hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just dismiss you based off of whatever you're identifying as. And as far as your status, that's what I mean by identifying as far as your status like single, with somebody in a relationship or married. Again, what is single? I realize what single is nowadays. Single is they are not, and if they are celibate, like, it depends on how long they've been celibate. If they've been celibate too long, they're weird. I'm just gonna be, they're weird. They got this weird cutoff game thing, and to be truthfully told, I think they get off on cutting people off. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't on that crew. That shit's weird to me. So you got the celibate, you got that kind of weird ass group, and you got a group of people that are celibate. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out a regular woman, what a regular woman is nowadays. It's just a lot going on, and then I be saying stuff on here, and I be feeling like people might be interpreting it the wrong kind of way, or talking about them individually or something like that, and I'm really not. But then again, maybe they're doing that because they're bored and they want to feel that way and they want some entertainment. Okay, cool. Either way it goes, I really don't care. But what I am doing is compiling information, you know what I'm saying, and knowing what the hell to avoid. You know what to see coming and dodge it. Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys. Goddess. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You watching? Yeah, yesterday evening I got on live, and I was just being myself. You know, I'm a sexually active male. Okay, and hell, I'll be right back, y'all. This always happens when I get on a live. I don't understand. Goobers out here doing. Sorry, y'all. Somebody's kicking sticks over here in front of side of my house. I don't understand these goofball goobers. Anyway, what am I talking about? This goofiness keep going on. Why is it cold today? It's 43 degrees. Turn these damn machines off. 22 minutes. Hell no. You know, whatever. Whatever. Listen. I'm about to get off of here. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get back on here in a little bit. I'm about to get on TikTok and work out topless. Ladies, listen, you know, I'm going to put out information. I'm just seeing what's going on. And I'm using, you know, the information I'm collecting to give out some of this divine insight, because it's like some, you know, it's some major mind games going on out here. You know, it's some major mind games going on. And, you know, I'm looking for somebody that's not really trying to do too much mind gaming. You know, just regular, you know what I'm saying, chick I can connect with, you know what I'm saying, like I was talking about the other day. And like I was saying, I'm not trying to be nobody's martyr or saint or the ideal man projected onto me. I'm being David, King David. That's it. I don't know anybody else to be, and I can't be that. That's why I did what I did yesterday. I wanted it to be known. I might say anything on here. So whatever image you're trying to come up with me, you're going to have to just deal with the reality of who I am. Whoever I present so if that ends up offending some people, then they need to know you might not be part of the tribe. You know, I'm just living my best life. Why would I be doing anything to offend you? If you're over here, you're here to watch me. So whatever I put out, you should be able to support that. And if I am putting something out, it should not be offending you. If it does offend you, well, what did I tell you that I do? I do things to offend people and trigger their demons. Well, then you got some demons to work on. Go do the work. Don't be mad at me. And you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure I put out that kind of information, because you know, there's a lesson to be learned. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Yeah, I love my neighbors. They don't be knowing I'm in this truck, and they be staring over here so hard. But it's a nice bike and a nice truck, so it is what it is. Yeah, look, y'all. I'm really just trying to, you know, figure out the game. I'm trying to figure out when I just do things, man. I'm trying to figure out like who's watching me too hard. I'm trying to figure out if their intent's right, because if I'm saying stuff, what does it matter when I ain't hurting nobody? So no one should get their feelings hurt unless they have some kind of ill intent or have built some type of image of me in their head that they're projecting onto me and expect me to live up to it, and I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'll go out of my way. I'll go out of my way not to be whatever that is. hence yesterday. I'll go out of my way. I'm not going to let you project onto me whatever it is that you want to project onto me while you're doing whatever you want to do with the person that you're with. I'm not going to do that. You're going to take me as I am or not at all. The same way I got to take you as you are or not at all. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. You know, if I come off too much or too, then I'm not part of your tribe. You know what I mean? If a man can't be a man and speak his mind, you know, and he ain't hurting nobody on his own platform, then I'm probably not part of your tribe. And if I'm not part of your tribe, then you just hate watching. You know? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got nothing for you anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm switching up my channel. And when I was going through it, the Narc thing worked because I was going through it. I'm not going through it, I'm happy. So if I'm happy in my sexual prime, I'm gonna say stuff. You're not supposed to dwell and stay in one stagnated place. I got a couple good, you know what I'm saying, like I told you, YouTubers and TikTokers that put out really good information, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them, I appreciate y'all. And you just can't stay in one place, man. You have to keep evolving. And if I'm evolving, why would I stay in a field where it's toxic? The people in it are weird. So I'm just gonna like go where, you know, God is leading me or my heart's leading me, and it's not there. You know. Now I'm obviously gonna keep talking about narcs. We know about the big narc. I'm making it known. I'm putting it out. The OG narc is the system, the matrix itself. So we're going to be talking about that. But the Agent Smiths, the people, the vessels in front of us, we're not going to dwell too much on them individually. We're broad-minded thinkers over here. We're not going to be thinking on a, you know, this superficial, this 3D right in front of our face. We got to be thinking, you know what I mean, big picture. You know, and that's what I do. And again, I'm not gonna be on here too long. I just put out stuff. Go to my TikTok. My TikTok is how my mind works. All over the place. While yet still being organized and definitely coming off and being a boss. I can't do it any other way. I told you, God's got the wheel. If God's doing it, how else is it gonna come off? I have no plan on this. I'm not like switching up because the narc awareness thing does you very well, and it's very you can get some videos that go viral very easily. But I'm not about being easy. Okay? You're on TikTok? Join me on TikTok if you're not. We have a blast over there. I'm about to work out on there. I ain't really worked out hard yet. That's why I'm still cold. But it is 43 degrees. Ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be worried about time restraints. You know, I run this. It is what it is. You know, my videos are going to pop off regardless. My videos are going to go viral regardless. I can do whatever I want because my tribe is riding with me. Okay? I got some good people out there as part of my tribe helping me out. You know, and I stay motivated. I get what I need. And I keeps it trucking, y'all. You know, while I'm also trying to put out the information about how to mislead people, misdirect people, and what else I put out? What's the other thing? Oh, playing stupid. Really go back and look at that part about playing stupid. That is vital. That is, guess what? Chef's kiss. You know what I'm saying? Please make a TikTok. I love the positive energy. And that's what it's about. Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people just want to be in control of you. So, and I'm not directing this to anybody individually, but a lot of women want to just look at me, come up in their mind with an idea of me. And they don't want me to know that. They want to feel that they can have their little fantasy or whatever, but I'm very intuitive and I can see. You know what I'm saying? I can see you. I can see you. I can tell if you're watching me by anything, the way you speak, your mannerisms, if you get a different watch. And I know nobody else got this red watch. I'm going to notice it. it's those little things that trigger me. And I ain't gonna tell you too much. I ain't gonna tell you too much. And just now, I just told you, and that's written down. I just told you I wanted you to hear. I'm not never telling y'all too much, man. I'm still trying to get where I need to be at. Maybe after I get my millions, I'll put out a little bit more of my secrets, but never everything. You know what I'm saying? You keep all your secrets close to your heart, man. And you tell people what you want them to hear. Even if you got to mislead, don't mislead your wife or nothing like that. I'm talking about misleading people that you don't know. That's asking too many questions and listening too hard and watching too hard. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they know you from a little bit of information that you're allowing them to see. Thinking that they can intuitively, you can't intuitively shit. How are you going to figure out anything about me if I'm barely giving you any parts of me? You know what I mean? Even when I'm operating at 100%, you got to remember I'm operating at 100%, meaning I'm not telling you 100%. I'm operating at 100%, meaning I'm going to be thinking about it, making sure I don't tell you too much. That's what I'm saying. Y'all get to see a part of me. I make sure I keep the goofy side of me seen because I am a goof. But I'm also trained by the government on the elite levels. In the video I showed you previously, if you need any proof, go back and watch. And then pause to read. Listen, y'all. I'm just having fun over here. Why am I doing this video? So I'm just in a mood. What's going on here? I know that's right. So if I put out a video that don't make any sense to you, well, you're just not vibing with me. If you're vibing with me, you'll just laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? If you're vibing with me, you'll be like, man, stop holding back and stop, you know what I mean? Like, stop trying to play people. You know, and I'll be like, yeah, you're right. You know, man, I'm a thinker. So being a thinker, I'm trying to attract thinkers. And if you're not that much of a thinker, I'm trying to stimulate thought. Bars. And I just come up with this stuff. I ain't even been able to sun gaze today because I got everything blocked out. Your boy, being the main character I am, was doing too much of it. So they're like, no, you won't, not today. Well, guess what? I'm gonna have the sun come back out today. I'm gonna have my boy come back out today. You know what I'm saying? I needs them. Sun's coming back out today. Come on. Come on, spread these clouds. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing these games, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a time of my life. You know what I'm saying? When you know this is a Matrix, you know it's a doggone game, man. Listen, it is fun. I'm in and out of it, you know what I mean? Oh, man, I cannot wait to rise every day. I couldn't rise fast enough. Man, I rose, I was like, what time is it? 4:30. I was mad because I didn't get up at 3:30. I couldn't wait to rise. And I went to bed at like almost 1. I gotta start going to bed earlier. I do need to do that. But I love what I do. I love y'all. I appreciate everything that y'all do. 33 minutes. Why did nobody tell me? No one ever tells me nothing. But then y'all watch my videos, so I appreciate y'all. I ain't got no qualms with it. Y'all watch my videos. Y'all even watching this. Y'all like, no, you know what? Y'all like the new direction. I looked at my views in that video yesterday. Yeah. If I ain't said it already, you know what I'm saying? Gratitude to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Gratitude to the Most High, y'all, at all times. Gratitude. You know what I'm saying? And battery's dying. It's trying to die on me, y'all. And you know what that does? And then it adds like 45 minutes to it. Then it takes away all my views. It's weird. Look, y'all. I can't hold you too much longer. All I can say is I love my life. I love everybody that helps me out. All the ladies that help me out, I find you to be very attractive. Okay? Don't take offense to it. Okay? It is what it is. Don't be mad at me because you're fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad. If you're vibing with me, more likely you're going to be fine. Why wouldn't you be? Look at me and you, we're gonna be looking good. Why can't I let it be known that you're looking good? And why can't I say this? Like, you know, look, whatever status you identify as is your business. You know what I'm saying? Status as far as relationship status. Biological, natural women only. And that could be single, dating, in a relationship, or married. Some people identify as a tree. What does single mean? No one's really single. Single means you're street cat or street meat. That's all that it means. Meaning you don't have a person individually. You have persons. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? So if someone's identifying as in a relationship or whatever, let me discern this and we figure this out. We grown folks, we don't need nobody else judging us. And anyone else that does judge me for saying that, I just take mental note. I'm not gonna like hate you or nothing like that. I'm just gonna take a mental note, like, why in the hell anybody worried about what I say, period? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Am I that, you know what I'm saying? If I'm that important, don't get upset with me. Work with a brother. Let me wait. See where this is gonna go. You know, don't jump the gun. You know what I mean? Don't make assumptions. You never know. I am militarily trained. I will not. I'm actually doing stuff. So if I'm actually making moves in the moment, you know I gotta mislead and misdirect. I gotta like have people going all over I can't have them being like, he seemed like no. Watch the videos. Watch the ones of me shaking my chest. Don't be worried about what it looks like in the background or if I ain't making, don't worry about that. Do you see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay? All right. Look, but there be some truths in there too. Because I am freaky. For the one, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, I'm terrified of the single status now. And I be watching and I'm just like, single? Oh, why don't you have somebody? Did you recently separate? Did you recently go through a divorce? You've been single for years. You're celibate. Well, I'm sure you are. You're probably trying to take care of those demons, those sexually transmitted demons and those sexually transmitted diseases. No. So that's why I say, if you're identifying in some type of relationship that you're not, listen, you let us discern that as adults. You don't, and I ain't gonna talk about nothing anyway to nobody, but I'm gonna put it out there because it's in their minds and in everyone's mind. I'm just saying it out loud. Like, I'm tired. That's ridiculous, y'all. No, I'm gonna talk about this. You're not gonna die on me today. Don't you die on me today. Here you go. Yeah. Yes. So I gotta reevaluate things. Don't judge me for just observing the playing field and then doing what I need to do. Okay? The single crowd has too much power. And it's a hoe fest. Both sides. I'm guessing both sides. Ooh. Oh, you dropping some bombs. What does that mean? Does that mean they're weirdos? Hey, make that TikTok so you can DM me. Because I need to know. I need to know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women be having a lot of animals. I be worried about how they're keeping the house clean. But, because I'm big on that. I'm all about trying to see how you keep your house clean. And I'll know if you did a cleanup before I got there. I don't know. There's a difference when you keep your house clean and you got the smell goods in your house and then you just cleaned it and it smells like bleach and cleaning stuff. No. I should be smelling like the house. I ain't gonna give you too much. Let's calm down. For another day. If you're single, it's none of nobody's business. But if it comes up like, well, how long have you been single? Say recently. Recently can mean anything. It's none of their business. But you don't want to seem single too long. You don't want to seem celibate too long because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm getting a little bit weird already. So if you go a couple years celibate, you're a weirdo. Let me stop. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I love you. I love you. But if you go a few years too long celibate, I don't know. You don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. That's me, and I'm nothing. I'm a goofball, corny loser, and my opinion means nothing, okay? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I ain't claiming to be no kind of coach. I'm just saying. So if you're single, you know, you need to be saying, at least what I'm doing, I went through a divorce and I needed to heal. You can do that too. But if it's like, well, I mean, I guess if you needed 4 or 5 years, but doggone it, who wants to be the person to have sex with you and you ain't had sex with nobody after 4 or 5 years? But who really believes no one's having sex for 4 or 5 years? Who do you think you're fooling? Who do you think you're fooling? So that means no toy, no nothing, no accidental finger. I can't be talking like that, man. Get myself suppressed like a mug. Yeah, recently can mean anything because it is recent. You know what I'm saying? What's the definition of recent? We're gonna start breaking it down because you listen. Anybody asking you all them kind of questions, man? If you're not getting along, then if you're getting along, it's not gonna really come up. If someone's like, I'm single, I'm not gonna even be worried about how long you've been single. Because if we're meshing well, it ain't gonna come up. If we're not, I'm gonna be like, this is weird. How long you been single? I've been single for like, you know what I'm saying, like 6 years and abstinent, you know, like for like 3. Ugh. Well, I ain't trying to be the one to do that. I ain't trying to divergenize your second virginity or third or whatever you're on. I'm not. No. You know what? And there you go. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody that feels like recent means now. You know, I know now means now. You know, recent can mean that, but it don't mean that in the moment. And I know if someone says recent, I'm not going to be thinking like right now. But you know, it don't mean years ago. It don't mean, you know, it's suitable. You know, whatever the definition of it is, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got the dictionary in front of me. But what I am going to tell you is when someone says to you recent, you're not thinking now because they're going to say now, okay? I'm just talking about the way that we talk as people modern day. I don't know about anything, but I know that when someone says recent, I'm not thinking about right now. I'm thinking about what recent, right? You know what I mean? But listen, you know, whatever word works for you, just don't make it seem like you've been single too long. That's the whole thing. You start seeming like you've been single too long, it's going, you know, I just look for certain things. I can look for certain keywords that people say, and I can tell if they're a weirdo. And then sometimes I'll like, I don't know, man, I'll just like do things, you know what I'm saying, when I know they're a weirdo. Because you're already wasting my time, you know, and I identified you as a weirdo, so I'm going to waste a little bit of your time, you know. And then they'll do something weird. They'll like, and whatever I do won't be that weird. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be like corny or goofball or something like that, you know, but not in an offensive way, just like, you know, kind of corny. And then I'll see how they attack me for it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I just do all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm just collecting, you know what I'm saying, information, doing my research, jotting it down, you know what I mean? Taking these notes, seeing how the playing field is, you know, because when I hear single, you know, and this is just me, you know, and ladies, if I talk to you on here, like I said, y'all got to rewind the video. I'm not talking about y'all individually. Don't take offense. No, I mean, don't take offense. If I'm talking to y'all, I'm just talking to y'all. You're the only ladies going to talk to me, period. I ain't trying to run y'all off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I'm talking in general, right? Not y'all, you know, not y'all at all. Like, I'm just talking in general, like what goes on through my head. You know, like we've already, you know, had multiple conversations. That's why I'm not trying to be abstinent too long. Plus, I think with men, it'll be like prostate issues or something like that. I ain't really trying to, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the kind of person that needs to be getting it all the time, but, you know, I like the company of a woman I like that likes me. What's wrong with that? And I'm just saying, limiting my pool to people that identify as single when, man, I'm not saying this is everybody's case, but it's looking like single don't mean single. Single means no title. And with that being said, I mean, well, hell. Well, I mean, that means everybody. Not saying this is you. You know, I'm just saying that some people really play with words. And I'm just real careful because, you know, yeah, I'm not with somebody. Well, am I justified in asking them, what does that mean? You'll probably think I'm weird. But I want to ask, what does that mean? You're not with somebody. Does that mean you don't see no one? You don't have sex with nobody? You ain't hooking up with your baby daddy? What does that mean? Yeah, I just ask a lot of follow-up questions, you know what I'm saying? And then when she has an answer for that, oh no, it means I'm single and I ain't been sleeping with anybody, right? And I'll be like, all right. And depending on how good the conversation goes, I won't be asking too much more, you know? If it's a dry-ass conversation, I know it don't go nowhere. Like I said, I'm gonna play with my food and I'm gonna have a little follow-up question. I'm gonna be like, well, all right, so what does that mean by you ain't been with nobody? How long ago? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll start asking other questions, you know. If she like comes back with, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And then I don't know. I'll just mess with them a little bit. And then she'll flip out, and because you can tell when they ain't gonna go nowhere. Like the conversation's gonna flow. Anybody that you can, relate to, that I know that's on my vibe now, I can have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? I can have a conversation with them. If they're I'm not vibing with them, it's gonna be weird. They're gonna be coming at me as if they're in a interview with a resume with a bunch of talking points and bullets and shit like that, and it's gonna get on my nerves. That's why I got out of that Narc thing too. That was doing too much to me, man. It was the women coming to me, asking like they want advice, but then telling me in depth more regurgitated information than I even know. So then it's like, well, why are you here? What are you doing wasting my time? I'm a businessman. So what are you doing wasting my time? I don't understand it. You got more. I'm trying to get words out to them, and I'll just get quiet, and I'll just be like this. On other than the phone. Well, a narc, and they discard you, and here, you know what I'm saying? Gang stalking, And I just let them, like, are you done? Well, I'm like, well, it seems like you got all the answers, and you know all the information. So, and you ain't left, so you're not ready to yet. You know what that means. So what do you want me to tell you? Like, and then when I'm being like, well, do you want to just talk to me or something? Well, you want to talk to me. This is what I'm talking about, somebody being with somebody and, no, listen, what? You're just wasting my time. You got more information. You know everything. What am I? You know what I'm saying? These are the people I'm talking about in these videos, not people that just make assumptions. I'm talking about somebody individually. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I can't do that anymore. I don't want to play those games. I'm single. So if I'm going to do the counseling thing, it's going to be like text and then, audio or whatever. And it's going to be guidelines to what you can say, because I don't want to hear too much in depth, because I don't like being misdirect. I don't know why you're telling me that. I don't know, I don't know what reason there. It's fine, but then don't get funny if I start coming back at you. Well, listen, I'm just a red-blooded man. I ain't getting paid for this. There's a lot of details in this, and it sounded really good, and you're looking really good. What do you want me to do about that? Lie to you? I'm trying not to be lying like that. So when I'm honest, just say, well, I can't handle that, and then just roll out. Well, you're gonna react however you want to react. I can't tell you how to react, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm no longer hiding who I am to come off a certain kind of way to make people comfortable. You know what I'm saying? In whatever that they've thought about me, they're projecting onto me. I'm not in there. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Whoever I come across, if it's too lewd, not lewd, but if it's too crude or You know what I'm saying? If I come off too rough around the edges, if I come out, then that's just who I am. We don't really vibe. You know, if I come off just right or a little bit off, but you understand my humor and everything else, then hey, we're tracking. You know what I'm saying? We're tracking. You know, I'm not here to appease everybody. There's plenty of YouTube channels where they kiss their subscribers' butts and stuff like that. What I'm doing is building a tribe over here of like-minded people that can relate to me. Not, you know, fans that just want to watch me put out narc stuff to take the information, you know what I'm saying, possibly, and use it for themselves on their channels or whatever they're using it for. You know what I mean? I'm not just giving the information out for free anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put my personality in there with it. And if that's not something that can be handled, you know, and again, you need to be living your life this way. You know, not giving a, you know what, about what anyone else thinks, not knowing how it's going to work out, but just doing what you need to do, you know, to just, to be your most authentic you. I've healed past the narc thing. I could easily do like these other people do and just make money off of it. I'm not here for that. I have a responsibility. I have a whole group of people that rock with me, and I'm talking about I'm healed, but I'm still, and then you could tell like towards the, you know, lately I don't have the heart to do that narc stuff like that no more. You could tell I'm too happy. I'm not saying that other people are in a bad state of mind that make the content. Some of them probably doing it like a job. I just can't. And then I'm attracting the wrong kind of people too. I want to attract, you know, God-loving, you know what I'm saying, people that are of the Most High, that know that I'm not perfect, nor am I trying to come off to be. People that see that, man, this dude could easily get on here and just give us an image of himself, and he wouldn't offend anyone, and he could ride all the way to the top, batting his eyes. I don't do that. I'm giving y'all the authentic me, the mistakes, the everything and all, and in hopes that I can be accepted by a group of like-minded people that don't judge people off of how they come across, you know, personality-wise, but not judge them, but, you know what I'm saying, embrace them in their in your energy if you feel like their heart's in the right place and their intentions are good. You know, like that's what I'm trying to look for. If I lose some people along the way, well then maybe their heart weren't in the right place or their intentions weren't good, or both. Either way it goes, I'm not, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't copy nobody. I'm really just I'm going wherever God leads me. I'm not copying, I'm not no kind of fraud. I'm a quick learner, and I can see that narc stuff is very, very toxic, and it will bring toxic people around, and there are healing people trying to heal. And if I claim to be a leader, which I showed the plaques, obviously I am, but I'm the kind of leader that leads by example. I want you to see me doing it either with you or before you do it, so you know that you're not just listening to somebody that don't know what they're talking about or don't have real empathy for people, you know, on a broad global scale. You know, when you have the ability to go overseas and your ROE, rule of engagement, is shoot if you feel threatened, you have to have a soul. And God has put me in multiple situations to where my soul is being brought out to where I'm not even, because I was doing pretty good with it, but with dating, I wasn't good with it. That was my last one. I was good with considering everybody else's feelings, except some of the women I was dating. And I needed to learn my lesson, apparently, and I stacked up some major karma, apparently, and I got, you know, and I learned it. This is a school, so that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I did. That being said, I've healed, and I've grown, and I want some positivity around me. And I want women to know that I am not, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back and read the comments in a minute. I'm just on a roll. You know what I'm saying? I am not some old ass martyr. I'm not some married man with some sneaky link fans on the side. You know, no. I am a single man that can put out that I'm single. This is what I like. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be shirtless. And it should be okay. But I'll take however I get it. You know what I'm saying? Take however I get it. I'm just being honest. And my soul tribe, that's my old school soul tribe, even from the fitness days, have been rocking with me through all the transitioning. And right now, if your channel, this is where people keep messing up. I'm gonna drop another gem. Your channel needs to be an extension of you. Okay? I have so many. It really don't matter what I tell y'all. The channel is it should feel like you. When someone comes to your channel, if you guys hit the like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. If someone comes to your channel, they should feel you. If it feels to me robotic and copy paste mimicked, then I'm just gonna keep it trucking. But if I can feel you, meaning not getting weird, I'm just, when someone feel as in they put heart and soul in what they're doing. Now some people can feel admiration for just someone that's building content, and no, anybody can copy somebody else. I'm talking about the ones that put themselves in it. You can see it, you can feel it. I have a great appreciation for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do the same thing, right? And it always comes off authentic when you're doing that kind of stuff. When you're looking at everybody else and seeing what everybody else do, it's getting too hot in here. See what everybody else do, and then you're just copying them. I'm gonna get that copy energy from you, which is, I believe, an evil spirit. So it already lets me know you're vibing low, and I ain't gonna rock with you. I ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? You can always tell the ones that put their personality into it, because sometimes it don't even make no sense. You're like, why they got that as a background? How it is being them? You know what I mean? I likes that, and I fucks with them. You know what I mean? Because I'm about going against the grain. I don't do what the what tells me to do. As a matter of fact, when they're telling me to look that way, I look that way. I'm like, oh yeah, well anyway. You know what I'm saying? Misdirect me over here. I'm the master of I can tell when someone's trying to send me another direction. You know what I mean? So I apply it in my life. You go back to the beginning of the video, we're talking about that. But it's not to be malicious, because how can I be malicious if I'm not doing nothing to anyone? You guys gotta, what I'm saying, when you project all this stuff onto someone, what am I doing to anybody? When you put it back in the context, what I'm saying, of reality, what am I doing to anybody? If you are interpreting what I'm saying, who have I spoken to? Who have I spoken about individually? Whose name have I called out? And how do I come off like the kind of person that don't call out people by name? So maybe I'm speaking broadly. But if you get offended, then I know where you at mentally. Don't be mad at me for knowing that. And I'm gonna move accordingly. That's it. That's it. I can make a lot of assumptions by a lot of stuff I see. I play stupid. I see everything, y'all. I watch videos. If I pick up on subliminals or whatever, I make mental note of it, and then I keep it trucking. I could care less. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about anybody individually. The ones I do, I've called them out by name before. I've crushed them, and I move on. If I'm not calling you out by name, if I don't say this chick from TikTok, that I was talking to, that I gave, then I'm just talking broadly. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be really careful with that. I'm stimulating conversation. I'm stimulating your mind. Just don't take offense to it, because I'm not talking to you individually. I'm talking to the collective. And I'm just putting it out there. And if it stimulates your mind, good or bad, then reflect on it. If it triggered you, then ask yourself why. And then, analyze that and adjust. You know what I mean? That's what I do. If I'm watching, and sometimes I do this as part of my research. I told you I'm Neo in the Matrix. Nah, I'm not gonna tell you. Nah, that's too close. That's a little bit too close. Nah, I ain't gonna tell you. Nah, I ain't gonna say another time either, because there ain't never gonna be a time. But I make moves, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I move different. I got a way of looking at stuff that God gave to me, and God put me in places in my life and in jobs and stuff to refine these gifts. And I look at everything that way. Never have I looked at, well, at this point, I look at, things as if I've never had a bad situation happen to me or bad luck. It was a learning experience and a life lesson. But as it manifested itself out, you know, it manifested itself out in divine time, which is not my time. So I'm going to perceive it to be a certain kind of way, which is not the reality of a situation. I know that's a whole lot, but if you rewind it back and listen to it, it'll make sense. You know, it'll make sense. Get caught up. You got to see the angles. It is. That narc stuff, it is. It really is. And what I'm noticing what people are doing, my man, I found, let me make sure the name right. The House of X. Yeah. It's draining. I was going to say something. Man, what was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. But, you know, it's very draining, you know, and you got to understand, if you dwell in this stuff, and that's what it was. If you're dwelling in this stuff and you start jotting this stuff down, and you start noticing you're going through a checklist whenever you're talking to men, then you're doing too much. Like that's inorganic. That's GMO. That's what I mean by GMO. GMO is the matrix feeding you a bunch of artificial shit. You're jotting it down and bringing it into your life, into your body, into your frame, and everything. I want to talk about that too. You know, another video about masculine energy and masculine frame being two different things. Don't come over here with that masculine energy shit. Until you try on this black masculine frame and deal with that day to day, don't you ever come over here and move that masculine energy crap. Because you know doggone well we get treated the whole way. We got to move different. I don't care how tough we are. We got to know how to tone that down and move in silence in certain situations. Whereas you're able to run around and ba-da-da-pop-pop-pop and not have the same consequences. So please don't come over here talking about masculine energies, masculine energy. Until you try on this black, somewhat intimidating masculine frame, do not come over here with that. Don't. Because you got to deal with that kind of energy. They can see it on you. You can't hide it under a feminine frame. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I put that out there because I'm having a little bit of too much of that popping up, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Now, when you're able to try on the frame for a little while, you know what I'm saying? Or organically, real deal, then we can talk. Till then, I don't want to hear that shit, you know? But listen, be careful what the GMOs you're taking in. You're taking in all this information that's being pumped out by somebody. Well, why is the algorithm allowing all this narc stuff to be pumped out? Well, they want to continue to, you know, push separation. So that's why it's taken off. And they know that women love to do research. And while they're doing research, they'll feel like, well, if I can just come up with a checklist, you got to use your discernment. Even if you come up with a checklist of things that make sense. It's getting hot now. Even if you come up with a checklist of things that make sense, you're not a robot. He's not a robot. How are you going to apply that to every single relationship? Just like anything that you take in, it's information that you discern and you use accordingly. But it's not information that uses a checklist, and if they don't check off, then you check out. The hell? No, that's what I'm saying. People are not your GMOs. You got to go back to organically filling out the man. And when you organically, as women, being, you know, tapped in more easily. Because I'm not going to sit here and give y'all that, oh, y'all can be more tapped in than us. I'm seeing some women that can't be tapped in at all. You know, I'm just saying, you know, y'all got it more organically. Y'all should operate from that feeling. Not y'all should. I recommend y'all operate from that feeling that you get. So when you see a really nice looking dude, you know it's a bad boy, whatever, you get that feeling that, then you really shouldn't be messing with him. You know that. But instead, you'll use logic. And what I tell you logic's made of? Logic's made of a bunch of man-made concepts and shit. You know what I'm saying? What the matrix feeds you. So you'll go off your talking points and all that shit you jot it down, and you'll make it make sense to you to go ahead and talk to this guy that you intuitively knew was bad for you from the beginning. right? So that's why I don't listen to anybody. I know intuitively, ooh, this woman's making me feel cringy. I don't give a crap what you look like. I'm out. I don't give a crap what talking points you got. I don't give a crap what resume you throw in front of me. I am out. Going with the wind. That's what I'm saying. And they're gaslighting the terminology too. But then some people are just trying to make money off of it. So you got people making money off of it. It's being gaslit and it's all over the place. That's about to be a bad situation altogether. But I'm not going to give too many of my secrets away. You know what I'm saying? I told you I can see things, you know. So I don't need to be in that field. I told you, I knew when to get out of the military. Everybody's like, you need to retire. You retire. Do you not see the plan? And they got us marching and running in boots, bro. You're gonna be walking like O.J. Simpson by the time you get up out of here. Is it really worth it? Nah. I'm gonna get out and take my chances. Don't be mad at me for God giving me the ability to be able to see. You know, I can see a bad situation. Somebody leave me for 36 days. It's like, I love her. But this ain't right. We got to go. Start making plans, pack up stuff, don't tell her shit. Yeah, my truck was full of stuff like the Beverly Hillbillies. By the time she showed up, she gonna disappear. And listen, I always say that about her. And listen, and again with you, I wish you everything you deserve. I ain't got no ill intent or will, you know what I'm saying, towards you. I'm just saying, like, man, I can see stuff. And I move. That narc stuff, like you said, it if you pay too much attention to it, it'll make you feel like everybody is, even though we know that everybody has the traits. But we got to go off our intuition. We got to go off our discernment and our instinct. You can use that logic, like I said, tap into it if you need to, but you don't lead with that. You know, so if that's feminine nature, then we got to get back to that. Now you can say feminine nature, you know what I'm saying, or call it whatever. We need to get back to that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm still operating out of my masculine frame, but I can definitely acknowledge that we need to get back. That's what needs to be tapped into, that instinctive, you know, intuitive. That's what we need to be at. We don't need to be over here using logic, which is super masculine, you know what I mean? So I guess it applies. But even as a man, you know, I'm ascended, so I don't be over here looking at the two sides of the coin. I know that they're both one coin. So what do I need to tap into in this moment to make it make sense to me? And I do that, and I move accordingly. And I'm not going to tap into man-made logic. It just don't make, like, once the veil is lifted like it's been, and you be like, man, my logic is based off of my life experiences, which is based off of what the Matrix put in front of me and the different conditions. That shit is tainted. That shit is tainted. But my instincts that I've had all my life that's told me don't do that, ain't never changed. It's always been the same. So I go off of that. You know what I mean? Just like tapping into the matrix, get the job done. I tap into logic. And then I operate out of instinct, you know, discernment, and intuition. And then whatever you need to frame that as in your head, in your world, in your reality, you do that. You know, by just explaining to you what I do, and that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Interpret it however you want to. It's your world. You know what I'm saying? So look, hey, y'all, I done ran it up like over an hour. Yeah, I didn't even hit the monetize thing on this. I never do. It is what it is. Let me read my comments, man. My peoples. We're healed over here. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've healed. And if you're healing, I have over 400 videos. 400 videos. And I'm going through it. So I'm right there with you. You can feel that emotion. But now I need to put out videos from when you get past that, where you're gonna be at, right? So that's really, I'm like the Black Truman Show, man. Like, truth be told, my journey that's being logged online can show you how to get through the entire process. You know what I'm saying? From right where this person left for 36 days, you know, I'm making videos, to all the way up till now. So you can see, you're going to be able to relate, because all I do is talk all the time. So you're going to be like, yeah, I can see it too, man. Bro, I was looking frail. I was outside all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was about 20 shades, 30 shades darker, taking in the sun like crazy, getting downloads. You know what I mean? I didn't care what any, you can just go back and watch. Your boy's looking rough. I didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? A job needed to get done, and I knew what I was doing the entire time. Like, I don't know what this is, but I know I need to make content and make it about me, because, you know, and I told you what I do. I like having multiple projects. I start them all at one time, because I like to see them all come to fruition at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I have all kind of stuff going on, you know, and then it all comes together eventually. Sometimes it comes together all at the same time. Sometimes it's kind of, but it'll be something that'll come back in and like, oh yeah, I did start that about a year ago. I'm always doing something. I know how the world works, you know what I'm saying? I know how to make the magic happen. I know I'm the main character of my movie. That's why I'm so calm and I'm just so peaceful, and, you know, I don't let nothing bother me. I'm unbothered. If anybody has a problem with me and I see it, it's like, well, I don't really do nothing to nobody. So I'm triggering an emotion that you don't know how to, I'm triggering an emotion that you don't know how to identify properly. So it's got you on the defense, so you're going to react a certain, it's fine. It's been happening all my life, so I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? It's my job. Maybe you'll grow from it. Maybe you'll keep your distance from me. Either way it goes, it's a win-win, right? I just use everything around me to make sure I'm always operating, you know what I'm saying, in my best version, you know what I'm saying, with my, you know, my consciousness as ascended and elevated and vibing as high as possible. And I know that if I'm doing this and I don't let no one take my energy from me, because that's what people try to do. When they try to project onto you what they imagine for you to be, or whatever, how they want to frame it, they're trying to control you. It's a control mechanism. They might not know they're doing it, or because that's the reason for the whole making sure that everybody groups up against people, so that collective of people can project onto you what they want you to be and for you to submit, you know. But see, when the veil is lifted and you have people going against you or having a problem with you and you've done nothing to nobody, then you're just like, well, I'm gonna have to make a judgment call, at least enough to say I'm gonna put this person in this category, right? Because they can't be trusted, you know, and right now their intentions are not where they need to be at. Because I do, call it a weakness if you want to, I do look for the best in people when I meet them. I don't go into it looking for the worst. You know, I go into it with good intentions. The problem is I'm highly tapped in. So probably within the first, I don't know, minute, I'll be real with you. You know, I don't want to come off judgmental, but I've been doing this for a long time. Really seconds to a minute, to seconds to 30 seconds. You know, I can tell your intent. I can tell your energy, especially if I'm talking to you face to face. Over the phone, you might be able to fool me a little bit, but through text, you can fool me pretty much a lot, because you can hide and mask everything. But I'll figure you out. That's why I'm not worried about nothing. God's given me the armor of going through so many different things. I've gone through so many different things that some of the stuff I've done individually would break people that they can't get over, that they can't stop talking about. But I just go and use them like life lessons. That was a life, you know, previous life. I learned from it. You know, this is what I got from it. And I accumulate all those different previous lives information, you know what I'm saying? And then I use it to build a new life, knowing how to move in a way that I can't be harmed by any goofy energies, any goofy, ill-intended, low-vibing people, people that are going to try to take advantage of me, that see the light in me and want to use me, and then coming to me like, hey, I'm doing you a favor. Then you come to me? So then who's doing who a favor? You can't do that no more. I know if you know, that's why I told you I'm taking control instead of being a victim and saying people are copying me. I'm taking my power back. I'm having influence, and having that influence, they're gonna take it from me no matter what, you know, because they don't know how to do it properly. Don't mean that I don't know they're taking from me. So I'm just gonna influence the way I want to, so that way they can't take what they want from me. They're taking what I'm giving them, and that's it. So, you know, your life, you have full control, and it's flipping it from feeling like others have control to you knowing you at all times you have control. At all times. And there's going to be no one to come and save your ass. Right? That's why I do what I do. Like I came out here, got my own place, then stayed with my dad and all that. I don't need no handout, man. When I tell you I believe in God, I know God's got me, I will throw myself in the middle of anywhere. And I will shine while I'm there. As if I'm not going through nothing. As if I'm not trying to figure out how to cook. As if I'm not taking care of my kid, making sure I'm checking on them, spending time with them, having to buy all new clothes and stuff while moving into a place. As if I'm not having issues, you know what I'm saying, with the heating in this raggedy ass place sometimes. You know what I'm saying, having to get heated. I got a lot of stuff going on. As if I don't have problems with the truck. I got a lot of stuff. I just don't talk about stuff because they're not really problems. You know, again, another lesson to be learned, you know, that'll be work itself out in divine timing, and I'll be better from it. I don't like to complain. What is there to complain about? I rose this AM. Some people, they might need more, but to me, I don't need more than that. It's going to be a great day. So, I mean, I don't know. I got to get back out here, y'all. What I tell you? What I say? Didn't I tell them clouds to go somewhere? Fuck off. Ain't that what I said? Let's go take a look. What I say? My movie. Fuck that, man. Yeah. Is it in there? Can you see it? Well, the sun is out, man. You don't see no doggone clouds. What I say? You been watching this video the whole time? You know what I said. I told her I want the sun to come out. That joint was great. And I meant what I said. And I said, and the sun is out, y'all. Wherever it said over there. What I say? It's your movie. It's your reality. Take control of it. Stop letting it control you. They know they can't control you. Can't nobody control you. And once you know that, man, you're gonna be rocking like me. Unbothered. Unbothered. Your definition. So I'm not gonna have any. So you got that interpretation of humble, right? Mine. Anybody else think they're gonna humble me? You got my interpretation of it. Well, that's what God put into me as being humble. So what are you and who are you to tell me that there's a different interpretation? You're nobody. You're the Matrix trying to get me to get my black ass back in my place. I'm not doing it. I ain't gonna do it. Not participating. Now I'm gonna come out these clothes and walk around my shirt off because it was 40 something degrees. And I don't care if the weather was like, oh yeah, the weather's gonna be. You don't know what the weather is out here because you don't know where I'm at. It was gray sky, it was completely covered, and now my man's out. My man's out. Okay? Now I'm gonna get out here and get some of this light. You know what I'm saying? Whip my shirt off, taking it as much as I can. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me this long. I love y'all. Remember, we're headed in a new direction. I don't know where it's going. I'm letting God lead the wheel, but I'm gonna